Hey sweet friends, we're just doing a quick video today. I got these little canvases at Walmart. They're 3 to a pack and they were very inexpensive, and I thought how cute these would make our small items for a tiered tray or a little space that you need. You also could make a collage with these, so you could put several of them on a piece of board or a piece of cardboard and make something really cute. So we're just going to use some prints here. I've got a few prints that were left over from Digital Deco Designs, and I think I'm just going to pick a few of those to use. And I've got a couple of pieces of paper left from one of the bigger prints that she had as well. So these were little stamps, and I thought they were so cute. I went ahead and put a coat of the Undercover Primer from Paint Pixie on my canvases. I like to have either paint or an undercover primer on there before I do any kind of decoupage. So we're just going to use glue and water today. This is just Elmer's glue. It works the best for me sometimes with these kind of items. You could use Mod Podge or anything you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and put glue and use it today. So we'll go ahead and do this little guy here. Isn't that cute? And I've already cut them out. You can trim them a little bit more. You can also fussy cut them. If you want to just go in and fussy cut these, you can do that as well. This is just going to be quick and simple. And there we go on that one. We're just going to put it right here in the middle. I'm going to decide. I think I'm going to move it down just a little bit because I may go back and put a little bit of some string there on top. All we're going to do is put these on, and then we're going to take our little wood blocks, and you can usually get these at the Dollar Tree in a little game, but lately they haven't had them, so you can find these also at Five Below. And we're going to put that on the back. Let's let that one dry, and then we'll put our backs on. But look how cute. Simple and cute, quick. And I'm going to go back and add a little bit of some Distressed Oxide on that too. We're going to let that dry up. Let's go ahead and do our next one. And let's go ahead and do this one with a piece of our paper here. This is rice paper, and it came in an A4. And these are just some pieces that were left over. Thought we'd use those. I went ahead and cut them to kind of fit. I may have to sand it just a little bit, but it won't be much. Aren't these pretty? Just a little piece of any kind of rice paper that you have will work fine. I'm just going to move that down a little bit. And I'm just going to take my sander and just sand that little edge off right there, quick and easy. There we go. Now on these, I think we will add a piece of jute, and I think we'll put a star on here out of cardboard. So grab your cardboard, cut you some stamps out. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of blackberry cobbler, and I'm just going to give that kind of a dry brush. So I'm just going to dab it, take a little bit off. You don't want a lot on there, so just kind of dab it off on your, and I'm just going to brush that on our piece of cardboard. And I took the top layer off because I did like the way this looks. We're just going to give that a glue on here. We'll just put a little bit of glue, or you can put hot glue. Let's put just a dab of hot glue on there. That'll hold. See, it's just a piece of cardboard you can get from any kind of box you have. Easy creating. I'm going to put that right there in the middle. And then I think I'm going to take a piece of jute and just tie around it, just for something different. And I'm just going to tie this one in a little knot. There we go. Simple creating. I'm going to tie it over a different direction. I think we'll pull it from the top and go around, and I think that'll make it lay a little bit different. Sometimes you have to tie it a different direction. This is going to be simple and quick today. cute. I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Just a little trim. Look how cute that is. Now, I had some little of those stick pins that you get from different places, and sometimes you get them when you go to events. I'm going to put it right here, and we're just going to put it right up under our string and put it on the star. So this one's a little flag, and I pick these up sometimes when you go to different events, but you also can order some probably on Amazon just to have some little things to add. But look how cute that is. Just stepped it up a little bit. We'll let that one dry, and we'll go back and we'll do all the distressed oxide at one time. Okay, let's grab another one. I've got 4 of these today. Look at these little kids. Aren't those cute? That would be cute on there. I think I'll use that one. So, Digital Deco Designs has gone out of business, but she is selling some of her extra stock right now, some of her extra pieces and prints right now. So just go tune into her page and register, and you may be able to come up with some of these. Put this one right here. That one's cute as well. That one wants to stick to me more so than this. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of extra glue on the sides. You could use any kind of decoupage medium you want to. This is just simple creating today. So we're just going to use glue because everybody can get glue. Okay, got that one. And I've got this little string. Let's use a little bit of it. Let's see how cute that will be. This is string that you can just pick up. Now you can find this normally sometimes in a roll, sometimes in a pack, and it will be over with the gift items. So a lot of times you can find it at the store, just over there with the where you buy gift wrap and all of that. And this one I'm going to tie in a little bow. Let's see if this will make it work well. Sometimes your fingers don't want to work. Just hang on with me here. Oh, that's cute too. Just little simple decorating. Little simple decorating. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. I'm going to move that down just a little bit so you can still see the kids. Look how cute that is. See how quick? We are doing these quick. Let's do one more, and we're going to use this piece of paper. Get some more of our glue. I think we need just a tad more glue. No, I think I have enough. I think I see enough on here. Let's see if we can make this work. Let's see if we can have enough to make this work. Might need one little squirt, and I just keep mine in a big bottle. Just gonna see if I can get just a little bit out. There we go. Just a tad. That's just Elmer's glue. Whoops. Everything wants to go crashing today. A little squirt of water. All right, we're just going to put that one right here on this piece. I'm going to put a little glue around the edges of it. And that one did pretty well. I don't think we'll have to even trim that one off. Now on this one, I'm going to use this star here. And I'm going to take a little bit of that red and the blue and maybe use both. Let's put a little bit of blue. And I do leave a little bit of paper on here sometimes just for an interesting, different look. Let's put a little bit of red. And we'll just kind of pounce that in right here where we don't have the other. Right there. Okay, and we'll let that dry just a minute and we'll put that on. I didn't want to get the dryer out if we don't have to, so let's go ahead and work on these. Now this one here, I think that we will take the jute and put at the top on this one. And again, you can tie a bow or just tie a knot. I'm gonna move that where you can see it. We can move it up if I get it too low. Okay, let's see if we can just kind of bring that back through. May need to tie it a little tighter, a little bit tighter. Let's trim that edge off there. Let's tie it just a little bit tighter. Okay, and then we'll just put a little tad of glue on that one right there. That's all we're doing. Quick and simple. Okay, now I've got a little star. Here's one that I like better. Let's put this one right here in the corner. So we'll just give it a little touch of paint. Whatever's left in our brush, that's what we're going to use. There we go. Let's glue that a little bit on the side. And how sweet are those? Got some extras we can use on something else. I'm liking those right now. Those are sweet. Okay, let's put our little star on here. We're just going to take a little bit more of that glue and put it on the back. I'm just going to put that right in the middle of that one. And then I've got this little pin, so we'll use it in the middle of that one. Yeah, your colors aren't exactly the same, and that's okay too. Don't sweat the small stuff, just do you. Just gonna take a little hot glue and put on the back of this one. There we go. So find these little pins or order you some. And that just sets that one off too. I love that. All right, let's take a little bit of our distressed oxide. And this is the Tim Holtz, and this is the Vintage Photo. Now here, I'm just gonna put it on the sides, just like that. I don't wanna put too much, but I want it to be a little bit more vintage. You can use wax or oxide. And I'm gonna put a little bit here kind of on the edges of our print as well. And that's just gonna bring that to a different dimension. Here, this paper looks a little bit more vintage. And you can also put it on your edges, so that'll blend those in. And let's do our last one. You can do a little bit or as much as you like. I think you can also probably order these from maybe Amazon. Let's put our little block on there. Now, if you wanted to put these in a little frame, you could do that as well. And you do want to kind of lean it back just a little bit when you put your block on here, because if you put it straight up and down, it's going to fall forward. So you want a little bit of lean with it. I got a little bit too much glue on that one, but it's working. So there we go. We leaned it and see how it stands up. Okay, let's get our next one. Let's don't use as much glue. That kind of went everywhere, didn't it? Okay, same with this one. Now these little blocks, you can put a little bit of the oxide on those too and color those up. You can just put a little bit of that on here and get that colored up. I will do that after they dry a little bit. Now that one I've got to bend just a little bit more There we go. Now it's going to stand up. All right, let's get these. That one I got to move down just a little bit. There we go. Now I am on a table that could be not completely straight when we use these, but they will work. There's that one. Okay, let's do our last one. And I will go back and put a little bit of the oxide on the blocks as well. Simple and quick decorating. Look how cute. Aren't those cute? I'm going to do them like this so you can see them, but they will stand up. I'll put them in a little tray with all my other patriotic things. And won't that be simple and sweet? And you can give these away for gifts as well. Thank you for joining me today. If you'll please give me a thumbs up, hit those hearts, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm Sheila from Sweetie's Creations and Decor.